The observation deck of the Celestial Harmony hummed with the soft vibration of faster-than-light engines as Eva Martinez pressed her hand against the transparent aluminum viewport. Beyond the glass, the swirling colors of hyperspace painted an ever-changing canvas that would drive most species mad within hours. Humans, however, had always been stubborn about staring into things they shouldn't. "You're doing it again," Luis Chen said from behind her, his reflection appearing in the glass as he approached with 2 steaming cups of synthesized coffee. "Doing what?" Eva accepted the cup without breaking her gaze, staring into the void like it owes you money. Eva smiled. It was their 3rd month as cultural liaisons aboard the multi-species research vessel, and Luis had developed an impressive catalog of complaints about her habits. She turned from the viewport to face the observation deck's other occupants, 3 Vextar cubs who were supposed to be in their rest cycle, but had instead clustered around a holographic display, their 6 eyes each glowing with mischief. The Vextar were apex predators from Vex Prime, a high-gravity world where evolution had favored speed, strength, and hunting prowess. Adult Vextar stood nearly 3 meters tall, their bodies covered in biometallic scales that could deflect most projectile weapons. Their triple-jawed mouths contained rows of regenerating teeth designed to tear through the armored hides of their planet's megafauna. These cubs, however, were only chest height to Eva, their scales still soft and iridescent with youth. "Ambassador Eva," the smallest cub Krieth chirped in broken standard. "Come see, we have made discovery." Luis shot Eva a warning glance. The cub's parents, high-ranking officers in the Vextar Dominion fleet, had entrusted their offspring to the Celestial Harmony, specifically because humans had a reputation for being good with children. Other species found Vextar cubs terrifying. Humans found them adorable, which confused both groups. Eva approached the holographic display where the cubs had pulled up files from the ship's entertainment database. Her heart sank when she recognized the footage, archived videos from Earth's ancient gladiatorial games. "Where did you find this?" she asked carefully. "In the human historical files." Krieth's sibling Voxol answered enthusiastically. "It shows how human younglings train for combat. We wish to participate in this ritual." The 3rd cub, Xenix, bared all 3 rows of developing teeth in what their species considered a friendly smile. To most species, it looked like a prelude to being eaten. "We will be gentle with you, Ambassador Eva. We promise not to use full strength." Luis covered his face with one hand. "This is why I told you we should have locked the historical database." Eva knelt down to the cub's level, her mind racing. The Vextar valued strength above all else, but they also possessed a rigid honor code. Showing fear would lose their respect. Showing recklessness would dishonor their parents' trust. "Those weren't younglings training," she explained gently. "Those were criminals forced to fight for entertainment. Humans don't actually do that anymore." The cub's glowing eyes dimmed with disappointment. "But," Eva continued, "we do have games. Competitive games with rules. Would you like to learn one?" Krieth's eyes brightened. "Does it involve combat?" "Sort of," Eva said, pulling up her personal tablet. "It's called rugby." 20 minutes later, the observation deck had been transformed into an improvised playing field. Luis had reluctantly agreed to participate after Eva pointed out that the alternative was 3 disappointed Vextar cubs with sharp teeth and too much energy. "The rules are simple," Eva explained, holding up a soft cargo container to substitute for a ball. "You can run with this, pass it backward, and tackle the person carrying it. But," she emphasized the word, "there are rules about how you tackle. You grab and bring down. No biting, no clawing, no using your scales as weapons." "But we are Vextar," Voxol protested. "We are hunters. Our teeth are our pride," Eva smiled. "And we are humans. We are survivors. Our pride is in our adaptability. Can you adapt your hunting instincts to play by different rules?" The cubs looked at each other, communicating in a series of clicks too rapid for the translation software to process. Finally, Xenix spoke. "This is a test of control, yes? To prove we can choose not to use our weapons?" "Exactly," Luis said, catching on to Eva's strategy. "Any predator can bite, but it takes a true warrior to know when not to." Krieth's scales rippled with excitement. "We accept this challenge." What followed was chaos of the most organized kind. The cubs threw themselves into the game with enthusiasm that would have been terrifying if not for their earnest attempts to follow the rules. Krieth tackled Luis with enough force to wind him but remembered not to use claws. Vauxhall intercepted a pass with impressive speed and actually passed backward as instructed. Xenix body-checked Ava into a bulkhead but immediately helped her up, asking in concerned clicks if she was damaged. "I'm fine," Ava laughed, accepting the cub's clawed hand. "Good hit! But remember, in rugby we check on our opponents after the game, not during. Human rules are complicated," Xenix observed. But there was respect in the cub's tone. By the end of the hour, all 5 participants were exhausted, bruised, and covered in various biological fluids that the cleaning crew would not appreciate. The cubs had learned the basics of rugby and, more importantly, had discovered that humans could take a hit and keep smiling. "Ambassador Ava," Krieth said as the cubs prepared to return to their quarters, "may I ask a question?" "Of course. You are soft. Your skin breaks easily. You have no natural weapons. Yet you did not show fear when we asked to fight you. Why?" Ava exchanged glances with Luis before answering. "Because we're friends, Krieth. And friends don't fear each other. They teach each other." Vauxhall tilted their head, a gesture of deep thought among the Vextar. "But what if we had forgotten the rules? What if we had bitten you?" Luis stepped forward, his expression serious. "Then you would have learned a different lesson about humans, that we don't forgive easily when someone hurts our friends. But you didn't because you're good cubs with honor." The cubs' scales flushed a pleased purple color. They clicked farewell and bounded toward their quarters, already planning tomorrow's rematch. As the observation deck door sealed behind them, Luis collapsed into a chair. "We're going to need more pain medication." Ava joined him, her ribs aching from Xenix's enthusiastic tackle. "Worth it, though. Did you see how proud they were? I saw 3 baby apex predators learning that humans are crazy enough to play tackle sports with them," Luis muttered. But he was smiling. "Their parents are going to kill us when they find out. Their parents are going to be impressed that we taught their cubs restraint without crushing their spirits," Eva corrected. She looked back at the viewport, where hyperspace continued its maddening dance. "That's what humanity does, Luis. We find common ground in the strangest places. We make friends with species that should terrify us. We teach rugby to baby predators. And somehow," Luis added, raising his coffee cup in a weary toast, "we survive." Through the observation deck's speakers, they could hear the cubs' excited clicking echoing down the corridor, already bragging to their shipmates about learning a human warrior ritual. Somewhere in that chaos, Eva thought, was the future of the galaxy. Different species learning to play together, even if they had very sharp teeth. After all, humans had learned long ago that the best friends were often the ones who could bite, but chose not to.